Hi everyone, and welcome back to the very first video of Jenkins series. In this video, we are focusing on why we should consider Jenkins and what are the things that Jenkins bring us into our plate, right? We could have started directly with the installation, but what I believe is we should first clear the foundation. And what I mean by foundation is we should first understand why we should learn this tool in the first place. Secondly, we should understand what things that Jenkins can offer us, right? So if we have the clarity what that tool is capable of, we can actually leverage that tool, right? Secondly, instead of going and directly jumping into jobs, pipeline, and creating a CI/CD flow, I just wanted to first clear what actually Jenkins is and why we should consider it in the very first place, right? So the initial few videos will be theoretical videos where we would be first understanding why we should considering Jenkins in the very first place. And secondly, once we are done, once we are good with the terminologies, then we are going to start with the actual hands-on, right? So yeah, let me jump directly to my computer screen and let us first understand why we should consider Jenkins and what are the things that Jenkins will bring us into our plate, right? So let's get started. All right, so let us start our journey with Jenkins. And the first deck that I'm going to present today is on what actually Jenkins is. All right. And in the same video, we are going to cover why we should consider Jenkins in the very first place. All right. So now first understand what exactly is Jenkins. Okay, so Jenkins is an open source automation server, okay, which is written in Java. Okay, I know this is sounding very much technical, but to put it in a very simpler word, it is a tool that help you to automate the repetitive task in software delivery lifecycle. Now, what it is, the next thing is it is mainly used for CI/CD. Okay. Now, Shubham, what actually CI/CD is? So, CI/CD is something that you don't have to do the build, the test, the deployment manually. The Jenkins, it will take care of it automatically. For example, let's say you are working on a project, you are a developer, and then you push the changes to code. Then you don't have to actually worry about who will pull the code, who will build a code, who will run the test case, and then who will deploy it. Those things can be taken care with the help of Jenkins. So what Jenkins will do, Jenkins will automate the changes such a way that whenever you push the changes to a specific mentioned branch, okay, the event will trigger. Now, what it will do, it will detect the new code, okay, it will build it, it will test it, it will build the image, and once the images are built, it will deploy using the Kubernetes cluster and like whatever we are using for deployment. Swampit or Kubernetes. So that is the basic functionality, that is the basic use case, and that is the basic definition of CI/CD. Okay. Now the last point is what is the benefit of using Jenkins? So one of the biggest strength of Jenkins is plugins. Now, what actually is plugins? To put it into very simpler words, let's take example of Chrome. Okay, so let's say you want to add an highlighter. So you go to a website and you want to just specific see, you just want to specifically see specific text. Okay, so what you will do, you will just add those words into that highlighter. Now, whenever you go to any of the website, and if that plugin detects those words, it will just show you on the screen. Okay, so what it does actually, it added additional functionality to the Chrome browser. Like the same way, we have plugins in Jenkins that will help you to do multiple integrations throughout your CI/CD framework. It will help you to connect to Git. It will help you to connect to Docker. It will help you to connect to Git, the Kubernetes. So your manually done activity will be sorted down into very simplified manner. Okay, so that was the basic introduction that what actually Jenkins is. So it is not just a tool; it is like a central automation server that will help you to fix and deliver your software solution. Okay, now coming up to the first question that okay, we understood what Jenkins is. Now, next question is why we should consider Jenkins now. So see, Jenkins, as we already know, is one of the popular tool. It comes with the integration. It helps you to do the CI/CD, that is continuous integration and continuous delivery, which is also known as CI/CD. So to put it in simpler words, so basically it helps the developer to automate the process of building, testing, and deploying. Okay. Now, what it will help you is it will save your time and it will help you to meet the dates that you have committed to the client for the delivery process. Okay. Next is one of the biggest reason is it is open source, and secondly it is free. That means you don't have to worry about the costing of Jenkins. because it is open source. You just have to pay for the licenses, and then you are good to use with the Jenkins. And then at the same time, that since Jenkins is open source, there are people who are actively working to develop Jenkins to make it much better with the current version. Okay, so you don't have to worry about the update. Everyone is working there in the open source community. Once the changes are ready, you will get the updated version of the Jenkins, right? So, and the best part is Jenkins has very strong community, as I said earlier. So there are thousands of people who are supporting Jenkins with further implementation and further features. Let it be the plugins, let it be the new enhancements. So, and whatever is getting deprecated, you are being notified earlier itself. So to sum it up, Jenkins is popular and it's free and it is flexible. Also, it is actively maintained by the people. So since it is maintained by a huge community, it is always a number one choice for the people whenever they are thinking about doing CI/CD, right? So yeah, that was all about this video where we understood about what is Jenkins and why we should consider Jenkins in the very first place. All right. So let's wrap up this video. Before ending this video, I just have one request, just pin down this playlist because each video is connected to the earlier one so that you won't miss out with the concepts. In the next video, we are going to actually see and we are going to do a deep dive on CI/CD. Okay, this will again be a theoretical video where we are actually going to see what actually Jenkins is, right? So yeah, that was all for this video, and I will see you in the next one.